Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week. And welcome to my angel reading. Today I want to channel the angels to support you in gaining the aha, understanding, and guidance that you need. So without further ado, let's get into working with the angels. Let's get into channeling and getting some of this aha. Now, like always, I do have, this is the Angel Tarot. It's not my favorite. It's better than some. It does have some beautiful cards. Angel decks are hard because a lot of times the angel energy lends itself better to oracle decks. And I've got a couple of them. This is the Healing with the Angels Oracle. And before people blast me, because I have had that happen, I did not purchase this deck. It was gifted to me from someone else who received it as a gift, and she did not connect with it because of, well, Doreen Virtue's crash. Know if you have a Doreen Virtue deck, it is perfectly fine. She created this when she was in a space of positivity, when she was in a space of, well, light and love. So the messages are amazing. Know though, if you buy a new deck of hers or a book, she does still get royalties from it. Okay. So just be aware of that. Like I said, so I did not purchase this deck. It was a gift from a gift. So I have no idea who gave her the money. And then I have, this is the Angel Inspiration, and I absolutely love this deck. It is by Kim Dreyer, fantastic oracle deck. But like I said, the Angel Tarot is great. It gives great messages. It's just visually, it's like they gave up on the major or the minor arcana. The Ace through 10, anyway. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into what messages the angels want to share with my friends. Well, okay, that card. The Hermit's important. All right. So the card that jumped out, almost hit the floor, was the Hermit. We have, of course, the 9th card in the Major Arcana. We have that inner journey. The 6 of Pentacles. Please, it's not about generosity. I hate the fact that she has put these little words underneath the cards. You cannot sum up a tarot card in one word. So it's more than just generosity. 7 of Swords. The 4 of Wands. The Devil. Oh, wow. And finally, the 2 of Wands reversed. All right, gonna move some of these cards. So I have enough space to do this. Oh, it's a reversal. Okay. So it seems like a lot. Take a breath. Anytime you have jumpers or a lot of cards when you don't mean to, like usually I ask for handful cards, 3, 4 cards, know that just break it down and look at what the cards mean. We have balance in a 6. We have prosperity and success in a 7. 4, we have stability. 2, we have balance again. So even with the minor arcana right here on that everyday perspective, you're looking at that balance, that energy flow, staying stable. That's the core of this. And that should be the core of, well, self. The more balanced, stable, and grounded we are, well, the more that we're going to be able to get done. We're going to feel stronger, more in control of self, which leads me to the devil. We need that ability to take control of ourselves. These are the key elements to dealing with the devil, that lower vibrational self. The hermit comes in as a support, that inner reflection. Very much connected into the 7 of Swords because you're looking at that truth. I've said this many times on my channel. To get to where we are today, we had to put an armor around us. We had to push down skills, abilities, loves, likes. So it's not surprising that now we need those things that we buried, that we have quote unquote protected ourselves with. Well, it's time to start to get to that true self, that authentic self. And that seems like a lot. The devil would make you think it's going to be a lot of work. Know that it's not necessarily a lot of work. It's not like we're going to be adding in a lot of extra here, guys. This is about balance and moderation. We don't want to dive headlong into this where we are unable to do anything else. We don't want to hyper-focus in on this. Again, the devil would want us to do that. The devil doesn't want us to go in and start to remove and explore, understand self, because then we expand that little box that the devil has put us in, that ego has put us in. We can't stay in bubble wrap forever. We need to allow that inner fire to move forward, to bring us that fulfillment. The one thing that so many of my clients keep telling me is that I feel like it's Groundhog Day, that crazy movie where you repeat everything. It just becomes monotonous. Well, that's what we want to break free of. We want to bring in that passion, prosperity, and the understanding. How do we do that? Well, by starting to take control of self. Right now, we are sitting in a gray area. Decision is not going to be a positive thing right now. What you want to do is take time with decisions. Do not make those quick snap decisions, because when we do make those decisions, we're feeding and fueling the devil. Okay, so we want to slow those decisions down. What we want to do is to remember to focus in where our energy's going. The 6 of Pentacles, this is usually with a fellow who's giving some coins to someone on the ground, another person, and there's another person beside him. And it talks about how sometimes we have to physically support others and then sometimes emotionally supporting others. That balance of our resources. So where is your energy going? Take a little bit of time. Does not have to be a long period, guys. 10, 15 minutes. Where is your energy going? What is it that causes that exhaustion at the end of the day? It's going to be different for everybody. And then you can start to look at, okay, what do I need? Because we do want to use that critical thinking. The Seven of Swords talks about being honest, talks about trying to get away with something. Well, we no longer want to try and puff and fluff ourselves up to something that we're not. Those grandiose ideas, well, they're causing that burn. Okay? This is going to help us to move forward. The Four of Wands is a rite of passage card. When we follow the Hermit, when we start to look at that a little bit of a reflection, we're not talking change here. None of this is saying, let's just change everything all at once, because that's not stable. The angels know that. They don't want to destabilize you. They just want to shift perspective a bit, give you more aha. We have a 6 and a 7 right beside each other. Those slow, steady baby steps are going to be imperative. We want to stay stable. We want to stay balanced, right? So do a little bit of reflection over the next couple of weeks. Where is your energy? What's that biggest, draw on your energy? So your time, your resources, whether it be physical resources, emotional resources. Look at all the things that you need to do. And it's not so much of a, oh, look what I have to do all day. No. This is more about, okay, I'm going to be honest with me. What is it that I'm doing during the day that's causing me to feel so depleted at the end? So I don't feel able to embrace some of the passion, the creativity, the fun of life. That's when you're going to be able to start to look at what supports you're going to need. I learned this the hard way this last couple of weeks, because usually I didn't ask my kids to do a lot. They have a lot on their plate already, and I didn't want to add more. But when I went down with my surgery and I have very limited mobility, I'm sending them to do things. I'm asking them to take more responsibility, and they're loving it. Sometimes as a parent, we want to make sure that, I don't want to ask. Well, even as just person anywhere, it doesn't matter if you have kids or not, asking for help can be really hard. But looking into that, because is that your ego saying, oh, no, you have to do it? Or is it something like the fact that, I have to do it because I'm not worthy of other people's support? Part of that looking into where we're going with this. Take things slow and steady right now. We do have the ability to answer a lot of our own questions if we are present of mind. And that can be the hardest piece. We don't always think, if I just slow down, those answers are right there. Well, they are. It's just, again, our ego taking control. Before you make decisions, before you jump to conclusions, slow down. Make sure you're breathing and you're gaining the information that's going to be supportive for you. Quick decision right now is not good, not in the climate of today. We need to have that a stable, very understood response. And I think that's another piece. A lot of us just react, or will jump to what seems to be the quote unquote best answer. Take a minute. If you can, take more than a minute. The more you understand the situation, the better your decision making will be, the better that choice will be for you. And know that it's a choice, right? And I know that when I was learning decision making, it was like, okay, you do the pros and cons. Yeah, do the pros and cons. Look at it from every angle that you can. Reflect in on it. See what's going to help this situation. Help you to really embrace the Hermit and kind of take off those constraints of the devil. Know that we will always have that lower vibrational self with us. It's not like we can get rid of it, but we can learn to better work with that energy, if you will. Okay. Oh, I love it. Be tolerant. Tolerant of self, tolerant of others, this process. No, everybody is responding and acting because of something. Triggers, upbringing, belief systems, core root values. Be tolerant. Just breathe. When we deal with the Karens and the Kevins of the world, it's important that we remember to breathe and know that that's not how we want to be. We can't let our anger, our frustration be unleashed onto others. We want to stay stable, balanced, calm. And I know that can be really challenging to do, but it will keep our vibration higher, our mind clearer. Archangel Michael. So, of course, he needs no introduction. Archangel Michael is our protector, our support. He is there when we are under threat, whether it be actual or perceived. He's an omnipresent being that can be with all of us, helping to calm, stabilize, and protect us. You just need to use your words and ask, breaking down the law of free will so that you are able to gain the support. He can't step in, not unless you ask. That one's upside down too. Speak from your heart. Like I said, we need that stability, and you can see how stable this angel is. We need that now. It's going to help with self-exploration, understanding some of those aspects that we had to minimize, we had to bury to get to this point. And be okay with the fact that you had to do that. It's not like we did it because someone was, well, at times someone was making us bury it, but we had to do it to survive. It was a coping mechanism. A coping mechanism that has served its purpose. It's time to slowly, very slowly, guys, start to explore that. Explore and understand self, because we are just scratching the surface. What we could do as children, what we can remember we could do as children, is only a very minimal amount of what we can truly do, especially with the knowledge that we have, the access to knowledge. As a kid, many of us did not have the internet. Of course, it depends on your age. I'm aging myself there. I grew up in a point of non-internet as a child, but we have that information. We can. And of course, depending on our age will depend on how much we buried. Some of us who grew up in the 70s, 80s, even we can go further back, 60s and 50s, we had to bury it. It was not a choice. As we've grown through, we've gotten a better understanding. Parents aren't as rigid with their beliefs of what children can and cannot do, or what they should or should not do. We have a better understanding of how to work with those energies, to work and protect our children. So the angels are being really clear. Take a little bit of time, not a lot. Work with self. Start to understand self. Do some reflection. And we have to start with that law. We have to start to build that heart center. We have the passion. We need that creativity to be added into this, because creativity is how we speak from our heart. All right, let's look at what healing will support my friends in embracing that heart center and letting that song sing bright. I love it. Friendship. Know that we were never meant to do this alone. We were supposed to have high vibrational supports. We were supposed to have physical supports. It is important that we have those positive, balanced friendship connections, that positive community, those positive areas where we can feel safe to ask questions, where we can feel safe to be ourselves. That's why I have started to create community here on YouTube, on Twitch. I've got a Discord. There's more areas that you can have community. You can reach out for that friendship. And most importantly, guys, that friendship needs to be lent to self. Part of that understanding, that tolerance, strengthening that relationship you have with self, because let's be honest, we're not always our friend. We're our worst critic. Oh, I love it. Music. So the universal communication, it's more of a melody, a song, than it is our rudimentary words. And it doesn't matter what amazing languages you can speak. It's not that written, that those minimal words. It's done through emotion, song, melody, feel. We just know we're using all our clairs to their fullest in that universal energy. One of the ways that we can really support ourselves in working with self is having that calm, very, positive environment to do the work. And music is such an important part of that calm, because again, we want to use all our senses when we have that calm. And that calm, that balance and stability is throughout the top row there. I love it. Romance. So for my friends who are in a relationship, don't forget the importance of that romance, that play, that fun, that connection, taking time for each other, because it's important. And know for my friends who are looking for romance, this will help. The more we understand ourselves, the more we treat ourselves with compassion, love, and understanding, the more we're going to attract our soulmates, our twin flame. Should you want your twin flame? FYI, your twin flame is just like you. That is a choice unto yourself if you can handle that. I'm not going there. That said, you will draw them to you because your energetical signature, that aura around you, will vibrate. That music that I said, that's part of it. That energetical vibration becomes louder, more predominant. You become that beacon in the darkness, and they find you. Instead of having those constant revolving door pieces, you have someone who is connected with you. That soulmate, and know that you will have more than one, or your twin flame, which you only have one of those. Know that your soulmates can come in on friendship levels as well. They're not always that romantic relationship. You can have them, and they are a deep connection. So like a soul sister or soul brother. They understand you on so many levels. And yeah, again, you resonate because you understand each other and understand the stuff that we don't even understand, and they accept that. So the angels are being really clear, guys. Take a bit of time for you. Not hyper-focusing. We don't want to obsess. So that you have a better understanding of some of those pieces that we've hidden away. We need them now more than ever. I want to thank you so very much for joining me and the angels today. I hope that we were able to answer some questions, inspire, and guide you. If you did like this session, please remember to give it a thumbs up, as it does help people find me on the sea of YouTube. But more importantly for you, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that little red bell so you don't miss anything, because there's so much more coming forward on my channel. And if you're looking for an added layer of support, I do have a Ko-fi and Patreon page. I've provided links below so you can go check it out for yourselves. Again, I want to thank you for joining me and the angels today, and I hope that you feel inspired and empowered. Until tomorrow, my friends.